10 things that stop making sense after age 61. Finding freedom in later life. Reaching the age of 61 and beyond can be one of the most liberating stages in life. After decades of working, raising families, and navigating societal expectations, this period offers the opportunity to pause, reflect, and re-evaluate what really matters. The obligations, pressures, and concerns that once felt crucial begin to lose their relevance as you focus on the things that truly bring fulfillment. This stage of life is one of wisdom. The years have provided countless experiences, challenges, and lessons that allow for a more grounded perspective on what is truly important. However, for many, there is also a tendency to continue holding on to old habits, outdated beliefs, or unnecessary burdens. These things not only fail to serve us in this new chapter of life, but they can also hold us back from living fully and authentically. In this article, we explored 10 things that no longer make sense after the age of 61, and why letting go of them can lead to a richer, more meaningful life. 1. Holding on to toxic relationships. Throughout life, relationships play a critical role in shaping who we are and how we feel. Friendships, family connections, and even romantic relationships are central to our emotional well-being. However, not all relationships are created equal. Some relationships can become toxic, draining, or even harmful over time. As we age, the emotional and psychological toll of maintaining toxic relationships becomes more evident. These relationships, whether they involve constant negativity, manipulation, criticism, or emotional distance, take a toll on our well-being. The belief that we must maintain them out of obligation or fear of confrontation is deeply ingrained in many of us. But by the time we reach 61, it no longer makes sense to invest in relationships that do not nurture us. Letting go of toxic relationships is not a sign of failure. It is an act of self-preservation. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and emotional health are invaluable. In this stage of life, you deserve to be surrounded by people who support, respect, and appreciate you for who you are. Whether it's a toxic friend, a family member who constantly undermines you, or even a relationship that no longer serves its purpose, walking away is an act of self-care. Of course, letting go is not always easy. It requires courage and a deep sense of self-worth. But once you do, you'll find that your emotional space begins to lighten, making room for relationships that are positive, supportive, and truly reciprocal to worrying about what others think. The pressure to conform to societal expectations. Family norms or even workplace standards is something that follows us through much of our lives. When we're younger, the opinions of others often shape our decisions. We seek approval and validation from friends, colleagues, family members, and even society at large. Whether it's in the way we dress, the careers we pursue, or the choices we make in our personal lives, the influence of others can be significant. But as we grow older, especially after 61, we begin to realize that living under the weight of others' opinions is not only exhausting, it's unnecessary. Continuing to worry about what others think becomes irrelevant in the face of the wisdom and self-awareness we've gained. This is the time in life when you know who you are, what you want, and what truly makes you happy. Allowing the judgments or expectations of others to dictate your choices no longer serves you. The fear of judgment can still linger, but after decades of experience, it's easier to recognize that everyone sees the world through their own lens. What others think or say is more a reflection of their own values, biases, and experiences than a true reflection of you. By letting go of the need for approval, you give yourself permission to live authentically. According to your own values, desires, and needs, imagine the freedom that comes with no longer worrying about whether others approve of your decisions, your lifestyle, or even your appearance. You are now living for yourself, not to fit into someone else's mold, whether it's choosing to retire early, downsize your home, start a new hobby, or spend more time with your grandchildren. Your decisions should reflect what brings you joy and fulfillment. Living authentically at this stage in life means being comfortable in your own skin and confident in your choices. You've earned the right to prioritize yourself, and letting go of the opinions of others is one of the most liberating decisions you can make. 3. Clinging to material possessions throughout life. Many of us accumulate a significant amount of material possessions. Homes, cars, furniture, clothing, collectibles, and countless other items often fill our spaces and our lives. Some of these items carry sentimental value, while others are simply things we acquired because we thought we needed or wanted them at the time. However, by the time we reach our 60s and beyond, the value of these material possessions often begins to diminish. The house that once felt essential may now feel too large and difficult to maintain. The clothes that were once fashionable may no longer fit our lifestyle. The objects that once brought us joy may now feel like clutter. Holding on to material possessions that no longer serve us becomes an unnecessary burden. It's not just about the physical space they take up, but also the mental and emotional weight of having too much. As we age, we begin to understand that true happiness and contentment don't come from the things we own. They come from the experiences we have and the relationships we nurture. This is the perfect time to declutter, to let go of the excess, and to embrace a simpler, more minimalist lifestyle. By letting go of the things that no longer bring joy or serve a practical purpose, you create space both physically and emotionally for the things that matter most. You make room for experiences, for peace of mind, and for a lighter, freer existence. Decluttering isn't just about cleaning out a closet or downsizing your home. It's about reassessing your relationship with material things and recognizing that less truly can be more the fewer things you have to take care of, maintain, or worry about. The more time and energy you have to focus on what really brings joy and fulfillment. As you age, the focus shifts from accumulating possessions to accumulating memories. Instead of collecting things, you begin to collect experiences, moments shared with loved ones, and the quiet satisfaction that comes from living in a space that feels calm and uncluttered for pursuing outdated goals. In our younger years, we are often driven by ambition and the desire to achieve. We set goals, both personal and professional, that guide us through our 20s, 30s, and 40s. These goals might include climbing the corporate ladder, buying a home, raising a family, or reaching certain financial milestones. For many, these goals serve as markers of success and fulfillment. However, as we reach our 60s and beyond, it becomes clear that some of the goals we once pursued with passion may no longer align with who we are today. Our priorities shift, our values evolve, and the things that once seemed important may no longer hold the same significance. Continuing to chase outdated goals, especially those that no longer bring joy or fulfillment, can lead to frustration and a sense of disillusionment. The truth is, goals are not meant to be static. As we grow and change, so too should our aspirations. What once made sense in our 30s may no longer be relevant in our 60s. Holding on to outdated goals out of habit, pride, or stubbornness can prevent us from exploring new opportunities that are better suited to this stage of life. This is the time to reassess your goals and ask yourself whether they still serve you. Do they still ignite a sense of purpose and excitement, or have they become a source of stress and obligation? It's okay to let go of goals that no longer align with your current reality. In fact, doing so can be incredibly freeing. Letting go of outdated goals doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing to be intentional about where you direct your time and energy. It means making space for new dreams, new passions, and new experiences. Perhaps your new goals are less about professional achievement and more about personal fulfillment. Maybe they involve spending more time with family, traveling to new places, or taking up a hobby you've always wanted to try. Whatever they are, the key is to ensure that your goals are a reflection of who you are today, not who you were decades ago. Embrace the freedom that comes with setting new goals that resonate with your current values and desires. This is your time to pursue what truly brings joy, meaning, and fulfillment to your life. 5. Obsessing over physical appearance. In a society that often places immense value on youth and beauty, it's easy to fall into the trap of obsessing over physical appearance. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages that tell us we must look a certain way to be valued, accepted, or even loved. The pressure to maintain a youthful appearance can be overwhelming, leading many to invest time, energy, and resources into trying to slow the natural aging process. But as we age, particularly after 61, it becomes clear that obsessing over physical appearance is not only futile, it's also a distraction from the things that truly matter. The wrinkles, gray hair, and changes in our bodies are inevitable parts of the aging process. They are not flaws to be fixed, but rather symbols of the lives we've lived, the experiences we've had, and the wisdom we've gained. At this stage in life, it's time to shift the focus away from external appearance and toward internal well-being. This doesn't mean neglecting self-care or letting go of a healthy lifestyle. On the contrary, taking care of your body through exercise, proper nutrition, and rest remains essential. But the obsession with maintaining a youthful appearance at all costs is a burden that no longer makes sense. True beauty comes from within. It's reflected in the way you carry yourself, the confidence with which you approach life, and the kindness and wisdom you offer to others. The pressure to conform to societal standards of beauty fades away as you embrace the changes that come with aging. Instead of fighting these changes, you begin to accept and even celebrate them as part of your unique journey. Accepting your physical appearance as it evolves is an act of self-love. It's a recognition that you are more than your appearance, that your value lies in the person you are, not in how you look. This is a time to focus on feeling good in your own skin, not by adhering to impossible standards of beauty, but by nurturing your body and soul in ways that promote overall well-being. The freedom that comes from letting go of the obsession with appearance allows you to live more fully without the constant worry of how others perceive you. It opens the door to deeper connections, more meaningful experiences, and a greater sense of inner peace. 6. Engaging in obligatory social activities. Throughout life, many of us feel obligated to participate in social activities that we may not necessarily enjoy. Whether it's attending family gatherings, social events, or community functions, the pressure to show up can feel overwhelming at times. Often, these obligations are driven by a desire to please others, to maintain social connections, or simply to avoid appearing rude. But as we grow older, especially after 61, it becomes clear that engaging in social activities out of mere obligation no longer makes sense. Your time, energy, and emotional well-being are far too valuable to be spent on activities that don't bring joy or fulfillment. This is a time to be selective about how and with whom you spend your time. If you no longer enjoy attending large family gatherings or feel drained by certain social events, it's okay to say no. Giving yourself permission to decline invitations without guilt is one of the most empowering decisions you can make. You are under no obligation to attend every event, and you don't need to justify your choices to others. Instead of engaging in obligatory social activities, focus on spending time with people and in environments that truly nourish your spirit. Whether it's a quiet dinner with close friends, a walk in nature, or simply spending time alone with a good book, choose activities that align with your current interest and energy levels. By doing so, you'll find that your social interactions become more meaningful and enjoyable. Rather than feeling drained or obligated, you'll approach social activities with a sense of enthusiasm and presence. You'll also find that the people who truly value your company will respect your boundaries and appreciate the time you choose to spend with them. In the end, the freedom to choose how you spend your time is one of the greatest gifts of this stage of life. Embrace it fully and let go of the pressure to participate in activities that no longer serve you. 7. Comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a natural human tendency. And throughout much of our lives, we often measure our success, happiness, and worth by comparing ourselves to others. Whether it's in terms of career achievements, financial status, family life, or physical appearance, the urge to compare can be a powerful influence on our self-perception. However, as we grow older, particularly after 61, it becomes increasingly clear that comparing ourselves to others is not only unproductive, it's also detrimental to our sense of self-worth. Every person's journey is unique, shaped by individual experiences, challenges, and opportunities. Trying to measure your life against someone else's is like comparing apples to oranges. Number 2 lives are the same. The constant comparison to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, or even resentment. It can cause you to overlook the many accomplishments, joys, and blessings in your own life. As you focus on what others have, but after 61, it's time to let go of this habit and embrace the uniqueness of your own path. Instead of looking outward and comparing yourself to others, turn inward and reflect on your own journey. Celebrate the successes, both big and small, that have brought you to where you are today. Acknowledge the challenges you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, and the growth you've experienced. Your life is rich with experiences and wisdom that are uniquely yours. By letting go of comparisons, you free yourself from the constant pressure to meet external standards of success or happiness. You begin to appreciate your own life for what it is without the need to measure it against anyone else's. This shift in perspective allows for a deeper sense of contentment and peace. Ultimately, your life is your own. And the only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, your own happiness, and your own fulfillment. That is where true satisfaction lies. Our 8. Overlooking mental and emotional health. As we age, physical health often takes center stage. We visit doctors regularly, monitor our blood pressure, cholesterol, and other vital signs and take steps to stay physically active. While these are important aspects of maintaining health, mental and emotional well-being are just as critical, if not more so. Yet many older adults continue to overlook their mental and emotional health, believing that it is less important than physical health, or that they should simply tough it out when it comes to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or depression. This mindset is not only outdated, it's also harmful. After 61, prioritizing mental and emotional health becomes essential for maintaining overall quality of life. Loneliness, grief, anxiety, and depression are common experiences among older adults, but they are not inevitable. Ignoring these feelings or pretending they don't exist can lead to a decline in both mental and physical health. It's important to acknowledge that mental health is just as important as physical health, and seeking support when needed is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether it's through therapy, counseling, mindfulness practices, or simply making time for reflection and self-care, tending to your emotional needs is crucial. This is also a time to strengthen your emotional connections with others. Reach out to friends and family members, join social groups, or engage in activities that bring you joy and a sense of belonging. Building and maintaining meaningful relationships is a key factor in emotional well-being, and it's never too late to create new connections. Additionally, consider practicing mindfulness or meditation as a way to cultivate emotional balance. These practices can help you stay grounded in the present moment, reduce stress, and promote a sense of inner peace. Remember, your mental and emotional health are invaluable, and taking care of them is essential for living a full and fulfilling life. Don't hesitate to seek help or make changes that support your well-being. It's an investment in your happiness and longevity. 9. Feeling guilty for prioritizing yourself. For many of us, life has been filled with responsibilities, taking care of children, supporting spouses, helping friends, and even managing careers. We've often placed the needs of others before our own, sacrificing our time and energy to ensure that those around us are cared for. While this is a beautiful and necessary part of life, it can also lead to a habit of neglecting our own needs. As we reach 61 and beyond, continuing to feel guilty for putting ourselves first becomes increasingly unnecessary. Self-care is not selfish. It is essential, in fact. Taking care of yourself is one of the most important things you can do, not only for your own well-being, but also for the well-being of those you love. When you prioritize your own happiness, health, and personal growth, you become better equipped to support and care for others. You have more energy, emotional bandwidth, and mental clarity to give to the people who matter most. But this is only possible when you take the time to focus on yourself without guilt. Whether it's taking up a hobby, traveling, setting boundaries with others, or simply allowing yourself to rest, it's time to embrace the idea that your well-being is just as important as anyone else's. You've spent much of your life caring for others. Now it's time to care for yourself. Let go of the guilt associated with prioritizing your own needs. You deserve to live a life that brings you joy, fulfillment, and peace. And by taking care of yourself, you set an example for those around you that self-care is an essential part of a balanced and happy life. 10. Fearing the future or death. The fear of the future, particularly the fear of death, is something that most people grapple with at some point in their lives. It's natural to feel uncertain or even anxious about what lies ahead, especially as we age. But allowing this fear to dominate your thoughts and actions can prevent you from fully enjoying the time you have. As we grow older, especially after 61, it's important to shift the focus away from fearing the future or death, and instead embrace the present moment. This stage of life is a time to reflect on the richness of your experiences, to celebrate the relationships you've built, and to appreciate the simple pleasures of each day. Living in fear of the unknown can rob you of the joy and peace that come from being fully present. Instead of worrying about what the future holds, focus on the here and now. Spend time with loved ones, engage in activities that bring you happiness, and savor the moments that make life meaningful. Preparing for the future is, of course, wise, but obsessing over it only creates unnecessary stress. Accepting the inevitability of death and finding peace with it can actually enhance your appreciation for life. It allows you to live more fully, knowing that each day is a gift. Consider engaging in practices such as meditation, mindfulness, or spiritual exploration to help ease the fear of the unknown. These practices can provide comfort, clarity, and a sense of inner peace as you navigate the later stages of life. Ultimately, death is a part of life, and coming to terms with this fact can bring a sense of freedom. Instead of fearing the end, focus on living each day with intention, love, and gratitude. This is the greatest gift you can give yourself in conclusion. Living past 61 offers a unique opportunity for reflection, growth, and renewal. It's a time to let go of outdated beliefs, unnecessary pressures, and toxic relationships that no longer serve you. By embracing these changes, you can live a life that is more authentic, joyful, and peaceful. As you move through this stage of life, remember that it's never too late to choose happiness, to prioritize your own well-being, and to embrace the freedom that comes with age. This is your time to live fully, to pursue what truly matters, and to let go of anything that doesn't support your journey. With each day, you have the opportunity to create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and deeply satisfying. Embrace the wisdom that comes with age, and let it guide you toward a life of purpose, connection, and peace. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.